Hey everybody, my name's Mike Demaro and I want to welcome you to the latest episode of My Life with Asperger's. Today's topic I'm going to be talking about is I shared a post on Facebook recently, and I think some of the items that were on there relates to how I act sometimes, and maybe other people on the spectrum too. And it'd be neat if I shared that post on one of my videos here, which I'm going to be doing. So, anyways, the post is called, well, there is actually no name for the post. It has to deal with traits from Asperger's or autism awareness, and I feel that people that have Asperger's have the same traits as people with autism, according to this list that I'm going to be sharing with you. And it says, persons with autism may possess the following characteristics in various combinations and in varying degrees of severity. Inappropriate laughing and giggling. Now, I did an episode of My Life with Asperger's last year based on this topic. And I kind of agree with this because it is hard not to laugh during a bad event, you know? It's hard to keep laughter in. Like if a kid gets yelled at. It's hard for me to keep that laughter. It's hard to not laugh, you know? And I try to go away from them, you know? If I have to. It's real hard for me to deal with something like that. And I still have problems with that today. And I don't know if you guys have that problem still today too. And when I was growing up, I had that problem as well, you know? Like, I got sick and tired of my parents saying, stop laughing, it's not funny, and all that other stuff when something bad happened. You know? It's hard for me to stop, you know? It's hard. I don't know why it's a trait that needs to be here, you know? I can understand it is a trait or characteristic, but at the same time, it needs to be one that needs to be avoided, you know? And it's real hard for people to have Asperger's and autism to control their laughter if somebody gets in trouble or something, you know? It's hard to deal with that, you know? Next characteristic that's on this list is no real fear of dangers. I kinda agree with this one. Maybe I disagree with it a little, because I do fear of the dangers that happen in the outside world. And I fear of what happens to me in the outside world. It's a little hard to explain it, but it says no real fears of dangers. I feel fears of dangers every day. You know? I feel like sometimes that I may lose my job or something, or I may have to deal with my parents. And if they don't like something I do, you know? That's real hard to deal with. You know? Next fact on here is, or characteristic, apparent insensitivity to pain. Well, yeah, I feel insensitive to pain sometimes. And it bothers me. It hurts me, and, you know, and sometimes when people touch me, it bothers me, you know. If people surprise and touch me, I feel pain to that too, you know. I don't really have anything to say about this characteristic. I may feel it, but at the same time, I don't feel it. I don't know how to say it in my opinion of this characteristic. So I'm not sure. The next one is may not want cuddling. Um, I'm not sure what cuddling was when I was a kid, but I felt okay when my mom was cuddling me, make sure I was feeling okay, you know. But now I'm 29 years old. I don't want that feeling, you know. If I feel hurt, yeah, maybe I want some comfort, but I don't know if cuddling is the answer or not, you know. So, the next characteristic is may avoid eye contact. Yeah, I have problems with eye contact, and I try to have good eye contact, but people just don't care. When I go for an interview, the interviewer wants eye contact from me, but yet it's hard for me to give eye contact, you know? It's hard to tell them that I may have Asperger's. I don't know if it's the right moment to tell a future employer at the interview stage that you have Asperger's syndrome. They may not want you at all if you say that. Though I probably never tried it with telling them that, but I'll give it a try the next time I go for an interview to let them know I have Asperger's syndrome and I might not have perfect eye contact, you know? But I have pretty good eye contact. I feel that I have good eye contact. Not the perfect eye contact, but pretty good for someone who has Asperger's. So, the next characteristic that's on this list is may prefer to be alone. Yeah, I feel alone sometimes, and I prefer to live alone. My parents don't see that. My parents don't understand that. But, you know, I do feel that I do like to be alone. Like, I'm going camping this weekend alone, but there's going to be my camping friends there, but I prefer to go alone and not with my parents or my sister or my other family and friends there, you know? But that's hard dealings with when two camping clubs plan an event on the same weekend. So, but yeah, I have a hard time being alone sometimes. I do prefer to be alone, especially when I drive down to Florida and back, because I feel that when I do drive alone, I feel I can take it at my own pace. I don't have to worry about anybody else complaining about going to use the bathroom and all that, and I can stop for gas anywhere I want and stop to eat wherever I want and all that. Well, reasonably priced, of course, but I'm just saying. You understand what I mean. Next thing is, well, wait a minute. The alone thing. I just want to add that I did felt alone when I was a kid. I didn't really get to hang out with that many friends growing up. Outside of school or outside of camping club, you know. And I felt alone. I don't know if it was me or what. The next characteristic on here is difficulty in expressing needs. Yes, I do have difficulty in expressing needs, especially if it's something that I need improvement on at work, or let's say I want to move out. Like I have a hard time expressing those words to my parents, you know, and it's hard for me to tell them right in their face that I want to move out, because I feel that if I try to do that, they're going to be real upset with me, and they're going to try to keep me in, and they don't want to listen to me. You know, I feel that. Or if I try to tell my bosses something at work, then I feel that they're not going to listen to me, or they don't want to hear it from me. You know. So I have a hard time expressing needs, especially at work. You know? Like, if I try to tell one of the coordinators that I need to move around, or I can do other jobs other than the ones that you keep giving me, like doing busing all the time, they're not going to listen to me. I could try to tell them, but they're not going to listen to me. Because they feel that it's best for me to just do busing all the time, and not anything else. And I feel alone on that. And I feel that it's hard for me to tell them how I feel about things. And they don't care. You know. Alright, the next one on this list is inappropriate attachment to objects. Yes, I feel this attachment when I was a kid. I'm not gonna say how, but I felt this attachment when I was a kid. And it's hard to let go of objects, yeah. Alright. Insistence of sameness, yes. This is kind of like having a routine every day. Making sure that you do the same things every single day. You know, you have a routine and all, and, you know, it's hard. It's hard to break out of it sometimes. And I know Disney's doing a good job when I work there to try to move my start times around and move my end times around so that I don't have the sameness, but at the same time, I do need the sameness. You know, it's real hard for me to adjust to schedules. You know, it's hard. Workplaces, it's hard to deal with if your schedule moves around all the time. Now, like here, or my parents' house, I feel like I am in the sameness every single day. And it's hard for me to break out of it. You know? So, you know, when I'm outside the house, I don't feel the sameness. When I live on my own, I don't feel the sameness. But when I'm here, I do feel it. You know? Alright, the next thing on this list is echoes, words, and phrases. Yeah, that can be considered part of one of my problems. Because sometimes I like to hear a song over and over and over and over again. I don't know if other people on the autism spectrum or other Aspies feel this way, but I think I do feel it, you know, to echo words and phrases and to repeat songs over and over and over and over again. Or let's say I have my DVR. I like there's one show I like to watch, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and I like to hear some of the phrases that they talk about. And I watch those and, you know, repeat, and rewind it, you know? I don't know what's the point, you know? I don't know what it is about Aspies, but echoing words and phrases are a part of our lives. I don't know how, you know? And I don't know how it doesn't bother us, you know? But yet, sometimes we repeat those phrases too, you know? Like, I know at work, they play the same 3 songs from Toy Story 1 all over again, every single day, you know? And that does bother me. And as somebody with Asperger's, they might want to, they may enjoy it, listening to this, but that setting, I don't enjoy it. You know? I don't know why. And then when I work outside, I hear the Muppets songs over and over and over again. But they have more selection. So I don't get it. And then when I hear the songs being played in the movies, when I watch them, you know, oh, that's what movie that song came from. Or, oh, that's where the scene that song came from. Oh, or that's who sings the songs. Okay. Yeah. So, the last item that's on this list is spins, objects, or self. I don't know how to say yet. I don't really enjoy spinning, but I do feel spun around all the time by my parents. Like a spinning mind, you know? So, but in my mind, I feel like things are spinning sometimes, you know? So, I can show you the list real quick. And then I'm going to hop on off here. So, if you have any questions, just let me know. Just comment on my videos. And I'll try to answer them as best as I can. If you have my Facebook, write to me. If you have my email, write to me. You know? So, here's that list. And I'll let you go here. I'll talk to you guys all later. See, that is the list that I've read from, where it has the inappropriate laughter and giggling, no refusal of dangers, apparent insensitivity to pain, may not want cuddling, may avoid eye contact, may prefer to be alone, difficulty in expressing needs, inappropriate attachment to objects, insensitive, obsceneness, echoes words and phrases, and spins objects or self. So I felt that was a pretty good list there, and I wanted to share with all of you. So I hope to talk to you guys all later.